Good morning, it's Venus from Heart's Desire by Venus, and I'm just going to show you a quick little bit of how I use up some of my odds and sods of paper pieces and old things that I've got, from previous years of scrapbooking and things like that. So this is a new series I'm going to do. It's just going to be a few minutes of showing you how I use up some of my scraps and how I do some page elements. So this one here, I'm just going to try and get the glare off. It's just a piece of coffee dyed paper, which I put some rub-on in, some lace and some words and stitched it down. I just thought I'd show you how I did this. It's nothing too fancy, but it does use up some of my bits, and it's something different. So I've got a piece of coffee dyed paper here. I'm just going to tear a strip, and yes, I have this ruler that helps you tear, because I get a little crazy when I'm tearing sometimes and I don't do a very straight but not straight line, so I do like to use this. So I'm just going to tear off a piece to go on my page, and I keep all the little bits because you do end up using them. I use them for all kinds of things, so I keep all of those. So then I've got a piece of coffee dyed paper. I'm going to be putting it on this avocado dyed paper here at the top. So that's why I chose some coffee dyed paper. And I think I like this side better. So I'm just going to ink up the edges, give it a little bit more distressing here. Alright, that looks better. And so I'm going to just go in my stash here. As you can see, I've got some pieces of rub-ons that I've had over the years. I've just got little pieces left. I know somebody probably would have thrown those out by now, but I like to keep them. You never know. And here we go. I'm definitely using them up. So I'm just going to, at the bottom of this one, I've got this little piece of looks like it's supposed to be cream lace or something, and I'm just going to cut out a few of these flowers, and I'm just going to randomly stick them on here. Just randomly place them on the page. See, sometimes you just need a little bit, and this uses up some scraps. There, and I think, oh, this one's a cluster of little ones. So I'm just going to use these up. Place these on. Something like that. And one more. To that one. There, we'll move those around. Okay, so now that I've got these here, I'm just going to rub them on, and then I'll be back and show you how I do the rest of it. Okay, so I'm back. I've rubbed them all in. Just bring it up here. Kind of hard to see. There we go. So I've just rubbed them in, and now what I'm just going to do is just take my ink, and I'm just going to rub over them. It kind of gives them a little bit of that aged feel there. Takes a little bit of that shininess off. There, see if you can see that better now. There, just darkens them out a little bit on there. There. Alright, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it layered up with a little bit of trim in that. I've got this piece of lace and and these are why I save all my little bits. Like this is a piece of trim. I don't know, I cut it off because I wasn't using all of this part, so I'm just going to cut a piece. And this has been coffee dyed. I take a lot of my trims and coffee dye them. So I'm just going to put that across the top and put a piece of cream trim across the top there. And actually I'll show you how it's going to look on the page. So that's how it's going to be. across the top, and And let's see here. I also have, using up my stash, you know, we've had these where we bought the paper packs before, and you've got all these little words. And you're like, oh, what am I going to do with those? So that's where I'm going to put a little word on the top there. So I think I'm just going to take this wonderful, because it's nice and long. And you know, these things are stuck very well, so I'm just going to restick it. So I'm just aging the edges here. And I'm just going to take I'm putting it sticky side up. I'm going to give it another piece of tape on there because these are old. They just don't seem to stick very well. A little piece of tape on there until I can stitch it. And now I'm just going to take another piece of cheesecloth. Oops, sticking it to the wrong spot. And again, I'm just going to rub it with a little bit of color because it's just a little too white for my liking. And then I'm going to tease it all out, make it all fraying, and there. I'm just going to take my words, stick it kind of down in the middle. There, just so you can see now. So it's got all that wonderful fuzziness. And I'm just going to place it up top here. So now I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to just stitch across the top here with a fine zigzag, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. I had just stitched this all on, so I'm just going to show you here. Get the camera up there. Ooh, too much glare. There, that's better. So I just did a fine zigzag on the top of the words, on the bottom of the words, and that is my little embellishment there, just sticking at the top of your page. You can flip it up underneath, put something under there, but I'm just going to tuck this into one of my journal pages. Thank you for stopping by. As always, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell there so you can see all my new projects as they come up. There will be more in this series in the next few weeks. I just thought I'd share a few of the little things I do. By no means do I say I invented these. I've just watched a lot of YouTube videos and watched what other ladies have done, and I've just taken my own spin on this. If you'd like to see more, come on back and we will do it again. Have a great day.